Hey guys, this is Jensen, and real quick I want to show you how I rig a punch rig, or what I call a heavy cover rig, because I don't just use it for punching, I use it for flipping into any kind of heavy cover, whether it be a brush or a bush or a tree or thick grass. One of my favorite heavy cover hook is a Mustad grip pin hook. The reason I like it and the reason I pick a hook like this is, one, it doesn't have the offset, so it comes through cover real easy. But that little grip pin, not only does it hold the bait on, but when you rig it, you'll see that it doesn't tear up your bait quite so much as a lot of the other hooks that I've tried out. The components consist of 65-pound braid, a heavy action rod, high-speed reel, tungsten weight, and I'm going to use a smaller tungsten weight on this, and a punch stop, and of course your hook and your bait. First thing you do is you take a punch stop. Now what punch stops are just pieces of rubber that have a really tiny hole drilled down the middle of them. And it's hard to show these on video because the wires are so small, but the wires have these little loops in them. You put your 65-pound braid through it, grab hold of the punch stop and pull it onto your line, just like that. Okay. Let it run up your line a little bit. Then you slide your sinker on. I always use heavy tungsten, from a 1 or ½ ounce all the way up to, this is a big old 2-ounce tungsten weight. Slide it down. The knot we use to attach the hook is called a snell knot. The one thing you don't do with a snell knot is you don't start with your line going this way through the hook. You start on the same side of the line, or same side of the hook as the tip. And if you do that, you'll get better. You'll be able to hook the fish. The other way, it pulls the hook out of the fish's mouth. This is a simple snell knot. This isn't one of the. This is the easiest one I've ever tied, ever found, and it's not your everyday ordinary snell knot you see people tie leaders onto. So you run it in, run your loop, give yourself a little bit more tag end. You want to hold a loop. See that loop right here? You want to hold that loop with your thumb and your forefinger of your opposite hand. And then you're going to wrap 3 to 4 times around the hook in between the eye and the little grip pin. Hold it all tight, and then you take your tag end. See if I can show that on camera. Take your tag end, run your tag end up through the loop, pull it snug, and then pull your main line to tighten that loop down. And that is not coming out. Get your scissors. And cut it off and pull it tight. Then you just tighten everything down on top of your hook. Then you tighten everything down. Bring that punch stop down. And that's what the finished product looks like. Okay? Now, when you put your soft plastic on, this is a little vial crawl. A lot of people want to go straight down into the soft plastic. I don't. You want to start a little bit in front of the center of the plastic and come down and out at an angle, just like this. It's easier to show it when I slide the hook in. See how that hook's coming at an angle? Just like that. Then pull your hook all the way through the bait. Let me get my sinker out of the way. All the way through the bait, just like this. Turn it around and just tuck the eye of the hook back into that hole. And that will prevent your bait from getting torn up a lot as you're using it. If you get in the habit of doing that and the fish pulls the hook out of the bait, if you slide it back in that same way, it'll make your bait last longer. Then I'll lay the hook alongside the bait, figure out where it's going to go in, bend down, and just tug. I don't want the tip of that hook to come out of the bait. I want it to stay inside the bait. That'll make it more weedless. Tighten everything down and you're ready to go. Go punch it into all the heavy, thick cover that you possibly can. And be ready to pull out the big ones. That's why you get the 65-pound braid.